joining Miss World kasi believe ako sa tenacity mo because you know, you keep fighting for what you want. And a lot of us, ako kasama na rin ako dun sa minority na yun. On your first try, parang we were already begging you, Pauline, why don't you, of course I didn't tell you directly this, pero kami parang siguro if she wants a shortcut, she should go to the other pageant. Kasi, you know, you look more like the prototype. So, I just wonder, what makes you, why do you want Miss Universe so much that ito lang talaga, you're no longer considering other pageants for that matter?
I'll try to share my thought process a little bit about that because I have been getting so many comments over the years directing me towards other pageants aside from Miss Universe Philippines. And somehow I feel like, or I felt like, they were trying, or I was being put in a certain mold or a box, and I was being told, "Doon ka dapat." And then after introspecting myself and asking myself, but what do I want? And what I wanted was the biggest platform for me to be able to voice out my own thought processes even, but then also, of course, to be able to bring the community that has been supporting me ever since, which of course is Bohol. It will never be anything else, or never be any place else other than Bohol. And hopefully, after this, the Philippines. But I really wanted to aim big, go big, because big risks have big returns, but also because it was a feeling. Sometimes it's really a gut feeling, and I'm the kind of person that really trusts her gut feeling, whether it's with people or decisions. And I knew in every bone in my body that, especially this year, it had to once again be Miss Universe Philippines. Considering everything that was changing with the MUO, when they finally opened up that they were looking for a transformational leader, when Arbany talked about the age limit and her hoping that it would somehow be increased, that resonated so much with me too. And all these little things, all these little factors just made me feel like no one else was directing me in that way, but I somehow felt drawn to it myself. And it was more the platform and the organization, more than anything else, and the people that I was able to work with, who also were part of my deciding factor. Because I really do believe in the platform of Miss Universe Philippines and of Miss Universe. And having been able to work with them 2 years already, I knew that they would be able to help me again in my third try to become even better than who I was last year. Because I've worked with them, I see their own talents and I see their own mindset. And it somehow also resonates with my own. And I've seen myself grow, and I have them to thank for it, along with my Aces and Queens family, and along with everyone else that's sitting here today. It was really a gut feeling, and I trust my gut.
So it's worth the risk. It's your yes now.
Of course. I stick with my decisions.
Alright, yun lang. Thank you so much, Pauline.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. Third time's the universe.
Yes. Third time's the universe. Yeah. So from Pia, MJ, Sana, Samantha, Bernardo.
Yes, I know. I mean, I didn't know that about MJ, that she also joined 3 times already, and that on her third try she got the crown. And I remember my mom also telling me, "Nak, you don't have to be like Pia, ha? Like, you'll join 3 times just to win the crown, or paulit-ulit ka to win the crown." Like, back then I was like, "Ma, I'm not trying to be like Pia in the sense that we're keeping on doing it for the sake of the crown or anything." Not that she did, but she really believed in herself. Pia believed in herself. The P in Pia stands for perseverance, and as does my own first letter in my name, that really now stands for perseverance. And it's really, whenever people ask me about what is it about pageantry that you like so much, why do you keep joining? Of course, it's your own transformation that you see along the years. I'm not the same Pau Pau that I was in 2020. I'm not the same Pau Pau that I was in 2022. I'm someone who has evolved from those forms into someone who is a lot stronger now. And that's something that all of us somehow need to find in what we're doing in life. That own drive to always allow ourselves to come out stronger and to come out better, to do more for ourselves and for others and the people who we love. So yun, sorry, ang haba ng kwento ko dito. Thank you so much, Adam.
You're welcome. Kaya-kaya mo na yan.
Thank you so much. So also see you in El Salvador. Charez! Thank you.
Ayan na, see you in Salvador.
Claim na natin yan.
So, mag-start na tayo mag-save. We have someone from Bohol. Can you
So nice to finally meet you in person.
Same.
So I just made it here a few moments ago, so I'm sorry if maybe someone already asked my question. But I really want to know, now that there are so many changes at Miss Universe, with the organization, management, everything, of course we're looking for a new prototype, a new archetype of woman, which is a transformational leader. So I think that I would really like to know what is your own definition of what it means to be a transformational leader.
Wow. When it comes to being a transformational leader, when I started self-reflecting about that term myself, one aspect of it would be to move in such ways that would allow other people to draw strength from your story, to find transformation within themselves too. To tell themselves, oh, she did it, so can I. But the other aspect of the transformational leader is more inward. It's always allowing yourself to be transformed by others as well, and to allow that change to be positive and to bring out a better, newer version of yourself. And which is something that, especially on your third try, is the new thing, I guess, what people will always be searching for. And like the universe might have had it that at this point I find myself in a leadership position too, which wasn't the case before. So somehow that all worked out for me in such a way. So the transformational leadership thing isn't really just something for other people, but it's also something for yourself. Something that you can see in yourself and something that you yourself can be proud of too.
Can we have a round of applause?
Thank you. Thank you, Louise.
I have one more question for you.
Sure.
Okay. So I wanted to know, when I look at you, especially on your third attempt, right? You come across as someone that is extremely confident, sure of yourself. You know what you're doing for sure. How do you respond to people that even up until this date might question your strategy or the things that you're doing, how you're doing it, when I believe it's all intentional?
When it comes to other people's opinion, I try to have this mindset that their opinion is none of my business, and that their opinion, they're very much entitled to, but what should be stronger is my own spirit and my own belief in myself. To not let whatever negative things they might say, whatever doubts they might have, to not let that affect me and my capacity, that I believe that I know that I can do this too, alongside so many other women who have done it as well. And I try to also stick to the rule that the only opinions who should matter are from those who matter. And I try to surround myself with people who aren't just positive about me, but who are also bluntly honest, but still kind. Because if there's one thing we can be in this world, it's kind, right? Of course. Not just kind to others, but especially kind to ourselves. So when it comes to those comments, I always try to not let that dim my own kindness towards myself, because I'm gonna need that the most in this journey.
Well, I think that's all I can say, and I believe I speak on behalf of everyone. You're doing amazing. Just do you, and we're behind you all the way.
Thank you so much, Luis. Thank you so much for being here. Nice seeing you too.
Please don't go yet. We actually have a question for you. Very quick lang. So, everyone know about. Thank you. She offered. She offered yung mic. So, Luis, we all know that you started your YouTube career by reacting to videos, diba? So,
Yes.
not pageant specifically, diba?
Yes.
And then you came to, I don't actually, what video is that na yung na trending about pageant? Do you remember?
Yes, of course. The very first video that I ever made related to pageantry was a reaction to Katrina Gray's full performance during Miss Universe. And actually, if you guys go back and watch that video, the first thing that I mentioned was that I was not so sure about reacting to pageantry because in my mind, it was very close to objectifying women. That's why I believed in Cuba, which is where I grew up, and then I moved on to Canada, and we had the same perception. But after watching that video, I really couldn't comprehend how come someone that was so confident on stage and answered, so eloquently, that was doing so much work, how can people consider that being objectification? Like it's really just an empowered woman. So I continued reacting to the videos. I fell down that rabbit hole, and that was the beginning.
Right? And now you're here.
And here we are.
Now you're here. So how does it feel now? Did you ever see yourself from filming that reaction video na like in the span of 2 years? Di ba pandemic? I believe it's pandemic when you started. Kasi that's the time wherein nauso yung mga reaction videos. Kasi we really cannot do anything but to react, di ba? So you're one of the vloggers na talagang sumikat because of reacting to pageants. I believe Sovereign was also one.
Yeah.
So Luis Porteles, thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much. Give him a round of applause, Luis Porteles.
Thank you. Marunong ka na mag-Tagalog?
Nosebleed.
Nosebleed?
Fast talk.
Thank you, Luis.
Thank you. Okay, next we have, I believe from, is he there na ba? So from
Different activities, and it was something that some people also noticed. Some people close to me, at least, because they also reached out to me, asking me, "Are you okay?" Because somehow they saw in me, or they saw something about me that made it seem that I wasn't enjoying, or that there was something wrong. And it was actually just yesterday that someone also pointed that out once again. He said, "Pao, your aura now," he had the same sentiments as you, "your aura now is a lot lighter, especially compared to last year. So what was wrong last year?" So the pressure, I think, really was there. There is still a certain amount of pressure now, because if you look at it in retrospect, in 2020, I was a 4th runner-up, and then a 3rd runner-up, and then last year, parang umangat na to
Second
top
runner-up.
3. So then now, of course, there's still that pressure there. But knowing that this is also probably my last year in pageantry, that's such a sad thought, but this is probably my last year in pageantry, completely changes my mindset in a sense that if I really enjoy pageantry, why would I let outside factors cause me to not enjoy it to the fullest, to not reap as much of the fruits that I've been planting, or as much of the seeds that I've been planting in the last few years. So that's really something that I'm trying to focus on the most. My own personal growth, my relationships with the other ladies, and then also being able to enjoy the entire process, because I want to be able to look back at this and grin or smile or even laugh at the silly moments that we've had so far. And it's nice that somehow it's manifesting to a point that other people are now also pointing that out to me. Like, you seem like you're enjoying. Good for you, and wishing you all the best. So I super appreciate you for mentioning that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gusto ko din inihabol because I also watched yung documentary for the MUPH 2022, and then there was this moment na they were showing the girls backstage cheering you on, and then almost everyone was saying you will win. So sabi ko, there must really be something about Pauline, about her genuineness and her kindness towards even her co-candidates, na they want her to win. So I'm happy that finally meeting you in person, I understand what they felt. And yun, good luck sa'yo. Tapos, hindi mo to last year in pageantry kasi magiging reigning Miss Universe ka pa, mag-Asian tour ka pa.
Right, that's true. Okay. Thank you.
Kakrowd
He's thinking ahead. Thank you so
diba?
much.
So,
Manifesting that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Puhon. I heard someone say puhon. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline Universe. So, safe to say, na ikaw na si Pauline Universe ngayon. Pero hindi daw siya ready, no? Pero hindi daw siya ready doon, ah. So now, actually, ito, very last minute. So, we have a sashing ceremony. Yes! So, may I call on Philip Martin, all the way from Pangasinan. Go! Show me to the you. Ay, sorry. Philip.
Wait, but so sashing ceremony?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Nakuha mo talaga yung lettering and everything. Thank you so much. Okay ka lang? You wanna sit down? Upo muna tayo para hindi masyado stressful. So, introduce yourself, full name, because I know you as Kim Oden on Instagram and on Kumu. But is that your real full name?
My full name is actually Philip Martin K. Jolazo, so it's my middle initial.
All right. Wow. Philip. So people call you Philip.
Yes.
Okay. Because I've been calling you Kim so long now already. So that's why that's how I'm good. That's how I know you. That's how I'm gonna call you. But if you'd rather have me call you Philip, then I'll change that. But again, thank you so much for being here. It's so nice seeing you in person. See, Philip has been resharing and reposting almost all of my posts that I put online, and he adds so much art to it as well. And that effort and support, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you go through such lengths to show your support to me. And I also see sometimes your posts when you're wearing this sash. It makes me so proud that you also find pride in wearing bohol over your heart.
Actually, you really inspire me every day to become better as well. Because in college, it's really depressing as well. In studying, it's such a pressure, comparing yourselves to each other. And I really go back to what you said on your final answer, that you really need to focus on yourself and be unique as well. So if ever I feel bad or feel down, I always go back to that. And, no, Ate Pauline won't do this, so I will keep on fighting as well.
Thank you. It's so nice that you were able to somehow make my answer come true in the sense that you find strength in my story too. Thank you so much, Philip. Thank you.
I've been body shamed as well.
Oh, really?
And they keep calling me, kasi I've been with Ate Rob as well, therapy, and they keep on calling my waistline Rabia Material.
Oh.
Because I'm super thin now. And beforehand kasi I was with Ate Rob, and doon nila ako nakilala, and they were shocked na, naki-ate pa ako ka na.
Well, sana yung waistline mo maging Paulina din ngayon. Yes. But thank you so much for being here and for talking about your insecurities a little bit. It's so nice that somehow you allow yourself to be vulnerable too. And I know that you'll be able to come out of this stronger. I know that. And I know that you have a good heart too. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the sashing. This is technically my sash from Miss Universe Philippines is technically my third of Miss Universe Philippines with Bohol. Now this is my fourth. So I can keep this, right? Or do I have to give it back? I don't know. Oh yes, we can take a picture after, of course, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. I'll read this later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give Philip a round of applause. Thank you so much. Are people gonna want to see me come back? Are they gonna want to still support me? Is Bohol still gonna want to support me? Because I feel like I'm such a big expense to our province already for doing this a third time. But every time that I asked or knocked on their doors for support, they were still very vocal about giving that support. They really do. I really do feel that they want to help me and that they want to see me strive and thrive for the crown. And it would be such an amazing thing for me to be able to bring the crown back home to Bohol for the first time, I suppose. It would be such a great honor. And if only I could bring every single person with me to El Salvador.
We're definitely behind you.
Okay, I'll try to keep it together. Yes, so what I also mentioned earlier, not earlier, in one of my previous posts, is that I no longer look at tears as a sign of weakness, because they really are. They really are a sign of strength. And now they're actually a form of happiness. Oh my god, wait, I'm not gonna put the tissue down because I'm really A lot of people also ask me, like, what's different about you, Pao? What's different about you this year? You're so glowing and things like that, and there's only one thing that I can say. It's happiness. It's happiness from the love and support that I feel from all of you. And it's one of the strong driving factors that I'm keeping with me as I'm taking on this journey for the third time. There's really so much that I can say right now. I'm actually a bit lost for words. Not lost for words, but there's just so much in my head right now. And all I can say is that, and this might be shown, but my Alright. This is something that I actually said in one of my documentary videos, which is not out yet. So I'm kind of preempting myself, but since it's all within this little group, and since it's gonna be out anyway. Someone once told me that this chance comes around once, twice, or in my case, thrice in a lifetime. And if I can show that a second chance can be just as sweet, this year I'm gonna show that a third chance can mean the universe. So thank you so much.
We love you, Pauline. I love you, Pao.
Thank you, okay. Touch up po na ako before photo op, ha? Yes, okay. Thank you so much again for being here. Ayan, you need tissue. Ayan, manamsam. Ano na next?
Alright, thank you so much, Pauline.
Yes,
Actually,
thank
naiyak
you.
din ako. So let's give a round of applause for Pauline Amelincx, our Miss Universe